Hey everyone, I wanted to start this by saying I will not be going over the majority of strats covered in Jamin's or Ripper's any percent tutorials. I will have those videos linked to the description along with additional tutorials for harder tricks. I would recommend coming and trying 100% when you have a firm grasp on the tricks used at any percent as well as triple jumping. If that applies to you, let's dive right in. And just like any other speedrun, we will start the timer as soon as we click new game. And here we go. And also, just like every other speedrun, we're going to be doing just your normal Jaguar fight, trying to keep him spinning in a circle. Just nothing special here. Same for every category in the leaderboard. We all know the fight, or hopefully you do if you're running Hundo. Now, out of this next cutscene, we're going to want to be holding roll and going forward. We are going to be collecting 2 idols in this area and 1 explorer idol for a total of 7. Here's our first one here. And then we are going to immediately begin rolling. And something to note here, to give you just a little bit more of that better movement to this area, I like to try to aim my roll to get this little slide off this slope. It also lines you up to dodge the monkey coming up. So I'll try to jump here, get this little boost, and carry it through, dodge the monkey, kick up here, get through the area. When it comes to these crates, I like to do spin kicks through them, because it kind of prevents you from ledge grabbing and breaks it pretty easily. And then similarly with this door, I like to come and spin kick the top because you can kind of get caught on the weird geometry. Now we'll get our explorer here. And as noted, this will be a theme throughout a lot of Hundo runs. You want to turn your camera back to where we'll be going after this animation, so we don't have to worry about it. We can just go straight ahead and head back towards the plane. Now, we're just going to be heading back, rolling through here, rolling across this right lane if you want to, or you can just punch. For faster movement, I recommend trying to get comfy, rolling and jumping along this straight strip, and then past the monkey again. And back up here, where we will be performing our first triple jump of the run of many to get up here and get our last idol of the area, and then heading over into the cockpit. Now, with the updated route, instead of heading straight to the right, we are going to grab the shaman here and buy your first health upgrade of the run, and then immediately head to the left here, and we're going to grab the canteen. This has a lot to do with the item manipulation in the area, and just generally, when Harry gets an item, well, especially the first 4 of the game, they get locked to a certain position in his inventory. And we are manipulating the TNT item later in the run by forcing our canteen to be in this first slot. So when the TNT ends up getting in we'll have a raft in this top right one here. You can see where my mouse is. The TNT will go in the bottom one. And later in the run, when we get the sling will fill up the second one. So we'll still have access to our TNT. There's a way you can skip it if you want to. Realistically, it is a task-only strat that doesn't really save any time, but just to give you an explanation as to why we're grabbing the canteen now. Now, into our next area, we are going to go to the right. I like to punch 3 times here, because rolling here, this bush is a little finicky, and you kind of bonk on it. See it kind of going up and down here. I don't like rolling. Just do 3 punches and head onto this vine, and then head to the right here. Grab our only idol of this area before heading back. And remember, on these vines, you can mash forward on them to get a bit of extra distance. Useful trick for the whole run. Then coming through here, dodging these logs. I like to punch. Some people like to roll. It's all personal preference. Getting the landing here. And again, when you come up to these monkeys, avert your camera away so the rest of them don't wake up. Kill these 3 and do our second triple jump of the run up here. And this is just the standard, same as any percent. We're just coming through here, running through, doing the fence clip here, and progressing onwards. Now, in the next area, we're going to be grabbing 1 idol and 1 shaman. Our first idol is going to be here to the right under the altar. If you need a heal, there's a healing thing over to the right you can grab as well. I like to do, one thing to know, when I come in here, I like to do 2 roll hops, and then I'll stand up and punch, grab the idol, and then come out. As soon as coming out, we're going to head over to the right, or to the right here, to this rock, or jump up to this vine. And this is where we're going to be making use of this mashing forward trick. You want to mash forward, you can mash forward on this first one, but mainly on the second one here, to get all the way up here, and I didn't quite make it. I didn't jump high enough on the vine. If you can manage to, on the second vine, you can mash forward and make a jump all the way up here, saving to have to jump around, and then hit your shaman. Now, unlike any percent now, we're going to divert off to a different path. We are going to go ahead and do torch skip immediately. Now, it doesn't particularly matter what you buy, at least for right now on the shaman shops. I'd recommend buying a canteen upgrade here, but you can buy health. It doesn't really matter. I just like to save the health for later in the runs when maybe I'm low and I need a health from a shaman and there's no convenient health pool anywhere nearby. Now, we're going to come immediately over here and perform our torch skip. And remember to give a brief review on this. We're going to be rolling into the tree, jumping up, and then jumping up again, lining up our jump, jumping. You can do a spin kick or a double jump. I just prefer spin kick. And then jumping out of bounds and heading straight over to Battered Bridge. Now, for now, in Battered Bridge, we are not going to be grabbing any idols yet. There is an idol in this stage, but we will do that on a run back later. For now, we will do a little bit of an awkward setup here. Battered Bridge, we don't have Rising Strike here, and it gives you kind of 2 options. You can do a triple jump to get up here, if you're comfortable with them. It doesn't really matter. Or you come in this left rock here. You can kind of get Harry stuck here. If you jump and then immediately do another jump, you can get a standing triple like that. Just plan to play around with it. Whatever is your preference there. It doesn't really matter because you kind of mess this up. The cycle you want to hit in Battered Bridge is very lenient. You can make a lot of mistakes and still make it. But again, just like any percent, we're heading up and along the bridge now, all the way to the end, where we will be performing the second part of Torch Skip. And all the way over here. And I don't think I'll make this heading, not quite, okay. Usually I would be on cycle, but I stopped to explain a few things. And here we go. Jumping onto the palm tree, and then onto our tree here. And again, you can always do the back up here if you prefer. Totally up to you. Now we come to this point. This point is a little awkward because now we don't have Rising Strike again. So similarly to what we did back on the bridge, we're going to be doing another standing triple here to kind of jump up. Now you want to kind of get yourself in this like right edge over here, and you just kind of play around with the A timing. It's really finicky, but once you get it figured out, it's not too bad. There you go. Now, again, differently to any percent, we are going to be heading to the right this time, since again, we don't have Rising Strike to make the jump over there again. Jump over here, jump over onto this rock, and now we're going to be performing another standing triple for jump, and then do another jump and jump all the way up. Another thing I felt I should mention in this area, there's an alternative way to do this if you don't like the standing triple. You can come over here, get on this rock again, and just do a jump and a spin kick up. Again, personal preference. The spin kick can be a little finicky, doesn't always work, but just gives you more options here with Torch Skip. Now, we are just going to be coming along and doing Torch Skip like normal, progressing through here, doing your standard Torch Skip 2, and progressing to Mama Walla. Now, for now, we will not be grabbing any idols yet. We're just going to be rolling through, same as any percent here, doing our jump around the tower, and progressing through the stage. I guess this part will be a little different than any percent. You kind of have 2 options here. You can come on this healing platform, do a standing triple, that's 3. You can also just run around and go up the ramp like normal, or you can come on this rock, get a ledge grab on the right side, and then just go up like that. It's all preference and what you do. No matter what, you're only going to lose a little time over any of them. They're all around the same. And now we're going to do your normal any percent jump under tower here, using Harry's amazing coyote time. And heading over to, I believe, in Jungle Trail? I always get Jungle Trail and Native Jungle mixed up. Yeah, Jungle Trail. And again, here, similarly to other levels we've gone through, we're just going to run past all these idols for now. Optionally, you can grab the one in the monkey pit. I choose not to grab it at this point, but you can. It doesn't really matter. I just find it more convenient to grab it on a run back when we have sprint in the future, and it's a lot easier to just grab because it's right there. Rolling through, and again, since we don't have Rising Strike, we cannot skip this ledge grab, or we cannot skip this, skip the ledge grab, and we're going to just be heading into the Dark Cave, and also, same as any percent, we're going to be grabbing this Explorer idol here for our first 5 of this area. And again, you want to be facing your camera towards the cave, and also same as any percent, we're going to be doing the setup here. Head up on this rock and do 5 spin kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 punches. 1, 2, 3. Jump, spin kick. And then you can kind of use the light to kind of gauge where you are here. And once I get close to these pillars, I'll know where I am, and I can jump the last gap there and get across. It's all kind of feeling based there. I recommend going through with the torch if you haven't already figured that section out, but it's pretty feeling based. Now, this area does have a new improvement, I think found by the blue. Found a cool manipulation you can do with Harry and landing in the lava. Now, we're again going to be doing this boost you can do here off the ledge and rolling here, but this time we're intentionally not going to land on the platform. We're going to roll into the lava, close enough to the platform, but not quite. You're going to roll, do a kick midair, jump into the cutscene, and now as soon as the cutscene ends, Harry will immediately be flung back up to the platform. Super cool tech, and it just saves you a little time. If you don't remember to do this, or you don't feel like doing it, it's not too hard, you have other options. You can immediately roll out of this cutscene, spam A and roll, and sometimes if you're lucky, the hitbox won't save and you'll still land back up here. Or if you just forget, which happens sometimes, really your only option here, because you cannot make this jump back up. It looks like you can, you really can't, is this really tight triple jump on this corner, which we will have to do later in the run anyways, so it's not a bad idea to practice it. Come here, do a triple jump, and get up. Now, we will be performing Monkey Temple Skip, again, just like any percent. The beginning of Hundo is very similar to any percent, as we are honestly just rushing to get TNT as fast as possible. That is our primary goal, and grabbing idols that are convenient along the way. Again, I will have a Monkey Temple tutorial linked in the description, and I hope you've all watched Ripper's 5-part tutorial and Jamin's tutorial. Honestly, probably just Jamin's tutorial at this point. I don't know how up-to-date Ripper's is, but that's the one I learned on ages and ages ago. Yeah. Heading into Twin Outpost, we will be grabbing both idols this time. Immediately sprint out to the right and do a roll midair to stop yourself. Grab the idol under the bridge, and then head over to this hut. You have a few options here, as this jump can be a bit finicky. You can kind of play around with all the posts. They all work in their own way. I don't really like this front one. I personally use this back one. You gotta just do double jump, land up, and then this is why this idol kind of sucks, because landing on this roof is a piece of shit. But play around with it. I know the current record holder uses this post. I'm not a big fan of it, but I haven't used this post much. But yeah. Play around with the posts, figure out how to jump up here best for you, and head over here, grab our second and last idol of this area, where we're heading back down to the swimming area, where we will be heading to the burning side of Twin Outposts. Now here, again, unlike any percent actually, we are going to be skipping the Explorer here for now. We are just sprinting straight across, and I'm gonna grab a heal. Good, very convenient spot to grab a heal if you need. And now here, recently I found if you stand on the very tip of this rock, you can just double jump up here and ledge grab. It's a little more precise than I would like. You can do it in runs if you feel like it, especially if you're not very comfortable with this triple jump. That's the only other way to get up. If you don't like that, you can do the triple jump here. It's a little uncomfortable since you're on a slope and you're kind of going to roll off unless you're right in the wall here, but it just takes some, again, getting used to. Hundo has a lot of triple jumps, unfortunately, and it kind of forces you to get good at them fast. But yeah, your other option here, if you don't want to do the jump up, is just a triple jump, just like so, and then heading into Turtle Monument, where we are going to be doing the same as any percent and heading straight to teleporters. We're going to be doing early teleporter here, heading to the left, jumping, spin kicking to knock this monkey, jumping, spin kicking up, jumping up, jumping up, and then lining up along this right side and just sprinting straight across, and then into the load zone. Now, once we're in the teleporters, again, I'm going to say this a lot here at the very beginning, same as any percent, we are just going to be heading to White Valley. 2 teleporter visits to the mountain teleporter, where we will be doing, again, same as any percent, ice wall skip. And I recommend looking at Jamin's, Rippers, and I think I have another ice wall tutorial I can link. Just to give you a brief overview, don't touch the camera when you're doing this trick. Come in the corner here, roll, mash the jump button till Harry stands, get more firmly in the corner, roll, and then hold directly right into the wall. And hopefully, if Harry is cooperating, he'll start bugging out and eventually clip through. Sometimes he's not, you gotta reset. This trick is notorious for just not working. It sucks, everybody hates it. Welcome to speedrun. There you go. Now here we're going to be doing the new version of this, where we just kind of I don't remember what was in my old tutorial, so this might be new, this might not be new. We're going to be putting our backs to the wall here, sprinting and immediately pulling an item, and boom, we'll go through the wall. Alternatively, you can do this pretty quickly, where you come up already doing this. What I like to do in my speedruns is I'll come up, I'll punch, turn around, sprint through the wall. Just boom, just like that. And that sets you up pretty nicely to go do geyser skip. Now, if you end up like this, where you're kind of on this floating invisible wall, you'll know because Harry's A, floating, and B, there's snow coming out from his feet. You come to the left here and then drop down back onto the ice. Now, this is a trick I definitely recommend checking out those any percent tutorials I've been talking about if you don't know how to do it. This is geyser skip. I won't be going into detail about this. This trick is kind of too complicated to do that for this tutorial. But we're just going to do... There you go. Just like that. Geyser skip. Not that hard. Now, we're going to be rushing down Mountain Sled Run, and a very important thing to note here, we're going to be making sure we avoid the idle on the sled run. We need it later for a glitch called Quantum Idle, where we will be able to grab the idle twice. This idle has a very unique property, where Harry grabs it by running into it with the what is it called? The inner tube. And interestingly enough, that doesn't actually grab the idle that's physically there. It just despawns it. So we can grab the idle before it despawns, and then also get the idle by running into it later in the run. We can enter it to a glitch state in Mountain Sled Run, where we can leave the inner tube along the course and grab it then. We just can't do it yet because we don't have pickaxes. But for right now, we are just going to make sure we avoid that idle. It's along the left shortcut that's coming up here in a little bit. And your only mission, avoid it. You can take the shortcut if you want. Just make sure to hug the left wall, or if you want to play safe, go right. Again, hug the left wall here. Make sure you don't grab that idle. And then just head over to the shaman, same as any percent. And we are also going to be buying make the jump across to the shaman. I can't believe you saw nothing is what happened. And then again, same as any percent, we're going to be buying breakdance. And then unlike any percent, depending on the level you're at, we will not be doing the clip out of bounds here. We will actually be purposely jumping down and grabbing the pressure plate here to open the door. Because we want to be able to just slide right in here on our revisit later in the run. Now, this will probably be the last time I say this, but same as any percent, we are just going to be doing the Spinges fight, in which I immediately mess up. You want to try to grab those first two, to try to give you a little bit of a guide here. You're going to want to try to grab those first two Spinges, and then immediately try to go over and grab that one that goes over the edge there, which I messed up, which is why I'm in this situation. And then once the Spinges are dead, come over here and kill these guys. Hopefully get all of them. Don't mess that up like me. But yeah, hopefully at this point you know how to do Spinges. You've done any percent for a little bit. You don't need my help on that. And if you do, Discord's always available to vent about how much you hate this level. Because believe me, we all hate it. Now you have an option here. An option I don't recommend very much, but there is an option here. I figured I'd throw it in here. I'll throw a lot of harder and easier strats at you here in this tutorial. You can do a clip here, which I sometimes do in any percent, depending on how good my run is. You can come here, and the main reason you do this is because when you first get TNT, there's a delay before you can throw it, so this will actually save you like maybe a second or two. You could come here and do another slide clip, and then roll to the right here and immediately hit the load zone and skip having to blow open the geyser hole. But the risk of this is if you miss the load zone, which I'm failing to demonstrate. Say you miss the load zone, you die, and now you have to do Spinges all over again. Or you just don't be an idiot and do that strat and just go into the geyser pit. Now from geyser, we are going to be going straight into Penguin Den. We will not be grabbing the Explorer here like we did in the last route, and we are also running past that Shaman for now. Here, we are running through. We are not doing the out of bounds clip like any percent does right now, and we are running over here to this idol, blowing it up, putting our TNT away, over here, grabbing the idol, pulling our TNT out again, jumping up, getting onto this rope, and then progressing through Penguin Temple, or not Penguin Temple, Penguin Den as you would. I am very rusty with this movement since I have been skipping this the last forever in any percent with the new clip that was found that we will also be using in this run eventually, just not yet. Preferably don't grab the ladder, you'll want to roll into it so you just get this downward clip. Here, we're going to want to punch over to the left here, get on this rock, start sprinting along the left, and then kill both of these slugs, plants, whatever you want to call them. And then we're rolling through here because we cannot sprint on the water, heading into Mama Walla. Now here we're going to be doing a bit of a setup for our later run through of this section. We're heading to the right here, avoiding this crocodile, and immediately coming over here. And we're, instead of doing the jump around the tower, we're heading to the left here and flicking this lever. We're going to flick the lever, turn the camera around, prepare our run out, pull out TNT now, come over here. I like to do a punch to try to... If you directly sprint here, you kind of run off the ledge and it makes it a little awkward. I like to do a little punch so it drops Harry and I'm just on this ledge and I can keep going. This makes this next step a little easier. Punch, jump across the ledge, and then head back over to Jungle Trail, where we will be grabbing one more idol. Now we're going to be grabbing this idol now. We didn't in the old route because of what I mentioned earlier in the run of losing TNT later due to item placement. Grab our idol, head further into the stage, and again, there's another idol here you can grab. I just feel it's kind of out of the way right now over there to the right, and I like to grab it when we actually run back facing the other direction of the stage. And then heading over here, avoiding the dark room this time, running to the left of this ladder and heading into the scorpion room. Now here you have two options. You can kind of do what everybody does. You can do this scorpion hop, head up here, very normal way. And additionally, it was recently found, you can actually do a roll clip up this wall instead. Roll, sprint, get up on the ledge here. If you don't feel like dealing with the scorpion RNG, that's totally an option for you. Now here, we are going to be immediately sprinting to the left and breaking this explorer, and then angling our camera this direction. Now something to note about that camera, it has a bit of RNG. It will sometimes be facing different directions when you exit this area. So just be mindful of that. gotta pay attention where Harry's facing. Now, out of this explorer, we're gonna be heading down, punching again, grabbing this idol, and then immediately heading down, avoiding this croc, and going over to St. Clair's, where we will be performing our first quantum idol grabs of the run. First of 2. Here, I like to blow up the statue now when I swim by. Come here, just blow up the TNT, and be careful not to swim here or here when you dash off this foot, because you can get trapped under these, and that's just really annoying and a big time sink. So make sure you be careful where you sprint off of that foot. Come over here, play your TNT, blow up the door, and head into St. Clair's. Now, once in St. Clair's, we are going to be heading to the left and jumping up on the slope to do a bit of a precise jump onto this tree. Like so. Up onto this further part of the tree, sprinting up here, getting up here, sprinting over to this tree, and then all the way on to the gate. Now from here, we're going left to this scorpion room, where you can drop down, blow open that door, come over here, grab your idol, pull TNT back out. And remember, this is a very important thing. We're going to be blowing up this door and this crate now, because later in the run we will not have access to TNT due to that inventory thing I've mentioned, where it gets locked behind other items, since we do not have access to opening our inventory yet. Now, I don't know why I pulled my TNT away, but we're going to come to this tent door, throw it into that side, open the tent, grab our last idol here, and then head over to the left to grab our last explorer idol of the area, into here, up here, and grabbing this guy. Now, there's a little RNG here where the, what are they called? The enemies in this area will blow up a box you can jump on. There are backups depending on what things you can jump on. Like you can jump up here and get up. But just be careful not to let them be too aggroed on you, so you can jump up on the gate from here. Now, you have 2 options here as well. I like to do the triple jump here. Triple jump, and then jump up onto here, and jump on the gate from here. Or you can do it from this left side, where that thing you're jumping onto is already. It just, this landing here is a little finicky. You can also, further along this left side, I think you can initiate a standing triple to get up here like this. Depends on what your comfort level is with triple jumps. But I think regardless, you are going to need some sort of, excuse me, triple jump to get up on top of this gate. Now, we're heading back to Flooded Courtyards, where we will be utilizing that statue we blew up just a moment ago to grab our first of 2, 1 idol in this area, and then also a shaman. So get up on this foot here, jump up on the statue's arm, grab this corner. Something to note about this ledge: if this guy is alive, you cannot ledge grab the middle part of this pillar, so make sure you ledge grab either corner. I always go for the far one. I actually cannot confirm if that left one works. Personal preference, I think it should work. And then immediately from here, come over here, come onto these boats, pull back out your TNT, and blow up this idol. Grab it, and then head over here, where we will be doing a tricky jump that is very notorious for losing you time in this segment of the run. Around here, avoid the crocodile, and now here. You have 2 options here. Both suck. I cannot lie, this jump sucks. 1, you can perform a triple jump here on this ledge, which sucks because it's on a slanted slope. And once you're here, you can jump up. Now this sucks, but alternatively, you can jump and ledge grab the very right side of that slope. It's kind of precise. It's not super consistent, but it's an option if you don't like triple jumping. Let's see if I can't get it here. There you go. You can ledge grab like that. It's preference based. Both suck. This jump just sucks. Everybody hates it. Anyways, whenever you manage to figure that segment out, we're coming over here, blowing up these pillars, heading over to this vine. I like to blow this guy up because sometimes he hits me. Jumping up onto this vine, mashing forward to go straight to this vine, and then grabbing our shaman, where I will usually grab my second canteen upgrade. Now from here, We're heading back around. And now we will be doing that triple jump I mentioned before over the lava. Make sure you're sprinting there so you don't get hit. Head over to this corner, do your triple jump, and ledge grab on this little bit that sticks out. And now we will be performing Monkey Temple Skip a second time in this run to get back to Twin Outposts, and mainly back to Turtle Monument, where we will grab the idols we skipped before. Again, if you struggle with this trick, there will be many tutorials linked in the description, the full 90% tutorials, as well as my Turtle Monument specific tutorials, or Turtle Skip. You know what I mean, Monkey Temple Skip. I don't know what I'm talking about. Now, in the Twin Outposts, we do not have to do anything here. We've already got all the idols. We can just sprint straight through and roll into the ladder. Into the swimming stage. And now into our next area, we will be saving Mr. Guy this time. Now, immediately upon getting in here, mash through the cutscene, and then pull out your TNT. Oh, aim to the left first, pull out your TNT, throw it under these guys, hopefully so it blows that up. Then blow open the door, put away TNT, come up here, jump up, grab idol. And if you can, if you have time, angle your camera a little bit to the left. We will be performing the new tree jump that Blue found, like last year. There just hasn't been a tutorial, at least in Hundo, covering it. If you jump at this tree and do a jump kick, you can manage to stay on it and continue running along it. But you have to be making sure you're mashing sprint the whole time, because if you're not, you will get burned on this tree and got sent back to the last area you were standing. So like so, jump, spin kick, sprint, and then you can jump straight over. If you don't like this, you can go down and do the triple jump like we talked about before and just head up that way. But that tree does save a little time. Now, once in Turtle Monument, we will also be doing new movement found recently. I cannot tell you who found it, I just know it's new. Over here, we're sprinting straight over to this hand, and we are rolling into this corner. Similarly to Torch Skip, as soon as you roll in, we are jumping up, and if you roll in the right spot, he will land, you can jump straight up, and we're heading over here. Now, if you do not like this strategy, there is an alternative, the old way we used to do it. You can come over here, same setup for early teleporters, jump up here, and instead of going straight into the teleporter when you run across here, we're just going to run up, jump up in this tree, jump over here, and come grab the idol. The way I showed first is the fastest way to do it, but it can be a little finicky. If you don't like it, you can just do the other way. Now, grab that idol, come over here, grab the shaman, and we are going to be buying Smash Strike here. Now, we're going to be grabbing one more idol and one more explorer in this area. We're going to be heading here, around here, grab this idol, and now we're going to be performing a clip into Turtle Monument. Here, and roll again. Kind of gets hairy on this little ledge here. And our goal here is to run around this wall I'm looking at right now, jump to the right, and enter into the hitbox for the cutscene that plays with the, I don't remember his name, the NPC here, that gives you dive. Now, if you don't like this, or you end up falling down a little bit below, there's a little edge you can stand on, and you can just run into Turtle Monument. Let me put a save state here so I can show all this. So, try to do this jump, sprint, and then I didn't make it. I'll show how to do the backup in a moment. This jump is a little finicky. Yeah, I haven't done this jump and landed it in a run in a minute. It can be a bit. Yeah, jump. Wow, I think Harry is actually facing your direction. That's why it's not working. Yeah, there you go. Jump. There you go. And land here and talk to him.
Much better.
Here, he'll give you dive and also ghost torch, so you can see a little bit in the room. If you pull out another item, the torch will go away and you will not get it back. But to show what to do here, couple things can happen. You might just miss the jump and land in the area. You also might fall down here and land like this. If this happens, as far as I'm aware, there isn't a way to save this. You just kind of got to jump back down. And what I like to do here is kind of angle the debris so it faces into this really bright jade you can still see, and kind of get the debris you're jumping into the vision of the light so you can see where to jump, and then jump up into the darkness here. You can ledge grab, and you're just going to want to hug the wall a bit. There'll be these little things that jut out. You got to kind of go around, and eventually you will find your way over to that guy. Leech is his name, I think, and then you will get dive. Now, if you really don't want to do any of this, you don't even want to do the clip, you can just head all the way over here into the very beginning, do it like intended, come in here directly, and then do what I just showed, where you line up with the light and go talk to Leech up top. Thing. I hate this jump. Oh my gosh. There you go. Okay. Into Leech. And now, once you get dive, we're going to head immediately down here. We're going to break this pot. And our mission here is to lure this guy in the grass over to this little platform here by not looking at him and having him follow us. Stand on the pressure plate. Now we will put our ghost torch away forever, up here, and grab our final explorer of the area, and then we will be leaving. After talking to him, I like to pull out TNT. And then we are going to head straight out, using our new dive ability to leave, and head into Butterfly Glade. If you don't, if you end up coming in through the mouth will look a little different. It'll close. You can do a jump up and ledge grab and then roll out of the eye. It'll just be a little, you'll lose more time because there'll be more to go through. Oh, yeah. Now, something I should explain about dive. When you dive, you see there's this little animation when you land where you cannot immediately start sprinting. If you dive off a ledge and that whole animation plays in the air, you can immediately start sprinting again. So we want to be taking advantage of dive whenever there's a little bit of a ledge and we can get the whole animation out and then start sprinting straight away. It's just faster that way. But if we constantly spam dive and we're just landing and losing speed, then it's not faster. But here, we're going to be heading to the right here into the waterfall. Okay. Once you have the idol, I like to come here, swim across, jump up on this land, do another dive. Swim here, swing wide so the alligator doesn't grab you immediately, and then we're heading over to this gas plant, pulling out TNT, blowing him up, and grabbing the last shaman in this area. Diving, and something to note in this area, you can dive so you land just barely in the mud, so it will cancel the animation and you can start sprinting straight away. And grab the shaman, and here is usually when we start buying some of the notes. I get mountain notes here. Going to hopefully be landing off the ledge, so we just can start sprinting straight away, and then heading over, again going wide to avoid the alligator, blowing up these spikes, and heading in. Now again, we're going to be blowing up the spikes here on entry. I like to blow up this guy in the very beginning as well, because he's kind of annoying, and we're going to blow up the platform right below this guy to hopefully kill him, and then head straight over here, where we are going to be jumping up, roll into this rock, sprint up, jump up, and I like to aim, you can see my mouse here, right around here is where I like to go and try to ledge grab at. There you go, and now we are going to grab the idol. Now here is our first strategy that I don't like doing in runs. I think it's a little hard, but I figured I'd throw it in here because it is faster. It's just a little too bad for me. Usually in runs, I won't kill this guy. I'll just hit him to stun him, so he won't start throwing things at me. But you have two options for this area. One, you can flick the lever, and again, you're gonna want to turn your camera around while it's flicking. Dive into this rope, come across here, dive into that rope, not miss it, and then get up top and go through the load zone. Now, alternatively, this is the harder strat. You can flick the lever, come over here, land on this rock, roll into here, and then come all the way over. This jump is hard. Once you get this rolling, you can run up the wall, shoot left, dive, and ledge grab. This will skip all the rope, and it is faster. It is just hard. I recommend, if you want to play around with it, it'll save you a handful of seconds. I personally, after playing around with it for a little bit, have decided it's not worth it for me. It's just kind of too finicky, and I like this area to be kind of consistent when I do runs. But it is definitely a doable strat that can be done to maybe get you an edge over other people in Hundo. Who knows? Anyways, progress through this level in whichever way you like. I will personally be using the ropes. There you go. And heading into Renegade Fortress, or Renegade Headquarters, where there has been a few minor routing adjustments. Now, immediately, we're going to be pulling out TNT, coming here, and blowing up these first two guys. You're going to want to stand further on this right ledge, so he actually dies. Diving here, heading here, and aiming at this wall. We're going to blow it up ahead of time. You can see there that it blows up. And we're going to keep holding TNT, and we're going to make our way along the stage. Avoiding these boulders as they fall. Careful here. Jumping up. Here's where we can make use of that dive. I recommend on this platform, diving off, so we get that ledge grab rebound. Alright, let's grab the dive animation cancel. And here we're heading to the left. We're going to blow up the wall of this hut, and this will hit the shaman through it. And here, usually I'm low HP when I get to this point, so I will buy health, but this is kind of just buy a canteen or health here, whatever you prefer. Dive off the ledge, head up here. We will be grabbing our first idol of the area, and last freestanding idol. Put away your TNT, grab the idol, dive off the ledge, head along here where we will be grabbing the explorer that was behind that wall we blew up earlier, and the last explorer of this area. And then we will be heading over to leave the stage. This is kind of a corner where we usually grab gas mask, but we have now completely skipped the fight as there is no need for us to get gas mask at all in Hundo. And now, preferably you would dive off this top ledge and not miss the jump like I did. There you go. And now since we already blew this guy up, we can just do a triple jump straight away and head right up. Back to Renegade Fortress. Excuse me. We're going to be heading to the right here, flicking this lever. And don't immediately start rolling into this gate because you will get damage ticked. Wait for it to go up a bit, roll under, come down here, grab the idol down here, then onto this rock, jump around the corner, head into this hole here. I like to mash jump through it to get through a bit quicker. Make sure you're still holding roll, and then grab the shaman. Now here we are grabbing a specific item. We are grabbing the free one at the very bottom, the mysterious item. Because something like 4 or 5 seconds after you buy it, a little text box will pop up. Now, if you can do this right, you can sprint off this ledge, dive into the water pool, and go into the next load zone before the text box comes up and completely skip it and not have to worry about it. This will save you like a handful of seconds, but it's nice. You don't have to deal with the text box. So we're going to buy the mysterious item, sprint over here to the left, do a dive, head into here, and roll into the water. And now the text box never comes up. Now, this water level is notorious for being annoying because of all of the electric eels in the area. My general advice for you is to stick to the left side of the cave and generally the bottom left side of most areas, unless you can obviously see a eel in your way. Right here, there's an eel there, so stay just to kind of the left middle area. And here, left side. And here, I like to go bottom left to avoid the eel on the top. And then just continue along your way, making your way to the exit. See, not too bad. Now from here, we are going to jump up and pull out our TNT, blow up the 2 plants in front of us and the tree across the way so we can progress to the rest of the level. And throw it to a little bit left of the tree because the TNT kind of curves right. Grab our first idol of the area of 2, and then we are immediately going left and diving across this area. And now, doing a triple jump up here, we are going to be performing bit and binder skip. There are tutorials linked in the description for however you want to do this. I personally prefer the triple jump method, but you can always walk through the wall. It's up to you. Now, performing bit and binder skip, what is nice about doing this in Hundo is we do have sprint here, so this does make the section a little easier. Utilizing dive whenever we can. Now here, we don't have to worry about making this clip as much as we do in any percent, because like, let's say, oh no, I missed the skip, darn it. We have TNT, and we can just blow this wall up and head in like you normally are supposed to, and then start rolling in and going through the water level like normal. Or you can do the clip and save time. Now, going through here like you would in any percent, not a lot to say about this section. Now, we're going to be sprinting to this section instead of rolling. Mash through your cutscene.
You are the
And now we are jumping, sprinting, and diving across. Where we will now use Rising Strike to knock this down and get Slingshot. Now here comes into play the inventory thing I was talking about way long ago in Crash Site. As you can see, now there's 2 slingshots in our inventory, and had TNT been there, because we didn't grab Canteen, it would now be gone, since we cannot open our inventory yet. But from here, instead of rescuing Leech, we're going to head onto this log and grab our last idol of the area with our newfound Rising Strike ability, and then head over here, where you will not land on the porcupine, you will just continue on. And sadly, Leech will be left to hang up there, and we are just gonna head out into Statues of Ayer, I don't know how to say it, where we will be getting 2 idols in this area. Immediately head left and dive into this vine. Rise Strike up here, and grab your idol. Now, I like to come over here and just do a double jump onto this branch, and then Smash Strike this, grab your second idol of the area, and last. Then head out and do a big dive over to the opening here, and then we'll head over to Great Tree. Now, once in Great Tree, we are going to be grabbing 1 idol and 1 shaman. The idol is at the very top of the tree, so we'll be doing that first, and then we will be going to the bottom to grab the shaman. Now, don't immediately do the switch. Instead, head up here, grab this vine, and you have 2 options here. It kind of depends on your comfort level. I don't personally do this in runs, but I know Sam has talked about it a lot. You can dive. Well, apparently you can't dive. You can just jump into this vine and immediately do a backwards vine tilt and then just jump straight over to this idol. It's a little faster if you're comfortable with the blind jump, or if you want, oh my gosh, make the vine jump and then do a swing and then another swing back over here, get to the idol. Again, personal preference, it'll save you a few seconds. And then now we're going to come here, shoot the switch, lower the water level, and then come a little bit out left and do a Smash Strike down to the bottom, blow out TNT, blow up this guy, And be careful not to run through him too fast because he will kill you. His dead zone is still there, even though you've killed him. So just wait for the smoke to go away before you sprint through. And come here, and now we like to buy a super sling. Now, we are heading back to Altar of Huitzka, where we will have our first major route difference depending on your skill level. And I think our only route difference. So your options here, jump up here. Everybody's gonna be doing this. This is for everybody. Come up here and come into this boss fight. Now, once in this boss fight is where our options are going to change. First off, we can do a skip where we will just jump past the boss, get the idol, run back, and leave the area, but it requires you to do torch skip again. It'll save you a little time because it completely skips the boss fight. It skips all what you have to do after the boss fight, and it skips you getting torch, so you will still have TNT. Alternatively, if you're not comfortable, it's a really finicky jump, and the camera moves around a lot, and it's really weird. If you don't want to, it doesn't lose you too much time. It's like 10-15 seconds, if that. We don't have an official number. That's just my best guess. You can just do the fight. The fight's pretty fast, so is the room after, and then get the idol with that. I will just go straight into it. I will first show off the beginner route, where we will just be using the slingshot to do the fight and get the idol after. I put a save state, right? Okay. Back here with a save state. Now, to do this boss fight, once you get in, we are going to immediately pull out the sling and then turn your camera to the left, which will cause Harry to do a roll, and we are just going to immediately start spamming at the pillar. Pull out slingshot, roll left, start spamming at the pillar. And you will just tank all of his shots. And as soon as that's done, come here, where you will shoot at this next pillar. Once that's done, this next pillar. Once that's done, the next pillar. Very simple boss. You can just tank all his shots. Doesn't really matter. And that's the fight. Now, once done, you don't have to rescue Nicole at all. Actually, yes, you do. I lied. Make sure you do this first before you rescue Nicole. Get the idol, and then come here, shoot her down, and she will now give you the torch. Now,
As soon as I saw St. Clair.
upon getting the torch, you will be sent here. I recommend blowing this up. Then you can come into this corner, do this little clip in the rock here, and you can skip the wall. If you get stuck, there's a rare chance the wall will blow up and you can get through anyways. We'll just come in through this dark area and head out back into Altar. Now, with torch, we don't even have to worry about doing torch skip at all, and we can just progress through the area like normal. Grab the torch, come through the cobweb. We're also going to be hanging a left here and grabbing the idol in this lava. And then go back and going here and heading to Battle Bridge. Now, if you want to do the advanced strat here, what we're going to be doing is entering into this fight the same, but we will not be pulling a sling. What you will notice about this fight is the camera is constantly locked on this boss, right? But if you hold down both of your camera buttons, you can get it so that the camera is kind of following Harry like this, right? And now, this is a very jank camera, as you will notice. But if you tap any direction on your C-stick, the camera will fix itself. Now it's just a little awkward to hold this angle, but now you can kind of generally angle your camera however you need it to be to make this jump. Now, there's two ways to do this jump. You can, to kind of show it, I guess, we're angling to jump around right here. Again, both cameras down, touch your C-stick, and we are going to sprint and dive at that little spot I circled with my mouse, and not do a smash strike. And hopefully dive across. This jump is pretty finicky, and you have kind of two options for it. You can do that dive, or you can do a jump and a spin kick. Now, this jump is pretty terrible. I will not lie. It just doesn't work in runs for some reason. And as you can see, sometimes the dive doesn't work either. It just takes a lot of playing around with. And I think even the world record messes it up like 1 or 2 times. There you go. Yeah. Dive, or you can do a... Not that. That's one reason this sucks, is sometimes Harry just jumps and then... Or sprints off the ledge and just goes straight down, and then you have no hope. I don't know. I'm struggling to show off the jump kick version because I don't personally do it. But there you go. You can do a jump kick across if you want. Now, if this just isn't working for you and you don't mind losing a little bit of time, you can come over here and do this version, which is also perfectly fine. It gets you across. It's just a little slower. Make sure you do not go down that hole. And then both versions, we're going to come here, blow up this, and then grab our idol. And now we're heading back. And instead of finishing the fight, we are just going to jump up here, do a standing triple here, jump up, and now rising strike, and just leave. We've got the idol. We don't need to do the fight. We don't need torch. We can just leave. From here, we're going to be doing torch skip again, this time with sprint, so it's a little easier. Head over here. Oh, also, don't forget to grab this idol here. I've forgotten this idol on many, many, many runs. It's really annoying. Grab the idol. Come here, jump up, do torch skip. Now that you sprint, you can just that jump. No problem. Sprint across and into Battered Bridge. And now both routes will line up for a little bit, where we're going to be grabbing this idol and the shaman here. There are 10 bushes we need to run through in this area in order to spawn the idol. One is right here. A little bird will pop out. That's how you know it's the right bush. One is right here. One is right here. And now we are dropping down to grab our shaman here. We will grab another one of the notes. Cavern notes, whichever one is fine. Coming in here, grabbing this fourth one. And now back up here to grab this one in the corner. And then heading up to do Battered Bridge. Now here, I like to do jump dives across these bigger sections and into the rope. But you can just jump across, it's up to you. And once I get to these smaller ones, just jump across, because diving here is a death sentence. And then we're jumping down here to grab this bush, which is number 6. Number 7 is right here. Number 8 is up here. Number 9 is right here. And number 10 is over by the idol, where now it should spawn. Now, once you grab the idol, I actually have never seen this before. I am completely soft-locked. Did my controller disconnect? No, it's... You can see on... Weird. I don't know. I've never seen that glitch before. That was very weird. Anyways. Hopefully that doesn't happen to you. Now, depending on what route you did after you grab this idol, you will either have the torch and just go burn the cobweb and head out immediately. Or, if you skipped the fight, you have 2 options here. You can do the jump up like so. You clip into this tree and hopefully get it to work similar to torch skip 1. Although this clip is very inconsistent and I dislike it heavily. There you go. Or... now that this is raised, you can come up on this bird statue and sprint and make the jump up onto this tree. And now that we have Rising Strike, we can perform Torch Skip 2 like normal, heading up. And now that we have Sprint, this will become a little easier. We will jump up here, sprint across, dive, and then progress like normal. Now, immediately out of here, we are taking the same path as usual. Going to the right here. But this time, instead of leaving, we are going to be grabbing the idol and the shaman in the stage. Now that we have set it up for our current pass through, now we can just Rising Strike up here. Come up here, Rising Strike over here to the left. And come here and Smash Strike the ground. We'll be waking the shaman up, and buying another native notes. Now from here, jump, running, diving over to this vine. We'll be grabbing the idol up here. And now we will be heading over to Jungle Trail. For our third pass through of the area. We will be heading up here, again, over to the scorpions. Then do whichever one you prefer, with the scorpions or the roll clip. And now we are heading, again, straight to St. Clair's. Hopefully avoiding this crocodile into the water. And now we will see what our quantum idol setup did originally with St. Clair's. What we'll notice is even though we picked up those idols, now that it is nighttime St. Clair's, those idols will still be there. Because the game does not check for idol removal from daytime St. Clair's because it does not expect you to have gone there before nighttime St. Clair's. So the idols will still be there, except for the Scorpion Room, since you're only really expected to get that once it's become daytime. The one in the tent you're only also expected to get once it's daytime, but it's still there, so it's spawned. Now from here, we're heading to the left, where we are going to be running into this wall, immediately heading here, killing this guy, grabbing our inner tube, and then there's a bit of RNG depending on where this guy is, heading it over here, grabbing our pickaxes, and then purposely getting caught. Now we are going to come across here. We're going to get this explorer again. And now this kind of gives us two options. There's a harder route and an easier route here, and I'll showcase both. The easier route, you could have probably... I should have noted this before. When you clipped out the first time, if you want to do the easier route, when you jump up, make sure you flick this lever and open this gate, because once we grab that explorer, we're just going to sprint out here again, head over to the right here, and we're going to open this door, where we are then going to pickaxe Taz through here. How this works, we're just going to pickaxe into the wall, and then immediately cancel it, and it will move us an inch through the wall each time until we eventually clip through and can just grab the idol. From here, grab the idol. From here. Now we will just be heading back straight through here, same as 80%, where we sprint through. I actually don't know which one's faster, to be honest. I'm just going to give you two routes you can do. I have to retime this after this video. I'll leave it in the description or the comments which one ends up being faster. But these are just your two options for the stage. Holy cow. Just do this like any percent like you normally would. Head up here. Wow, I'm failing miserably. There you go. Wow, right. This jump sucks now because you have sprint. I forgot about this. Good luck with that. Yeah, I forgot about sprint. There you go. And then come up here where we will be clipping in as usual and then killing all the guards in cycle. Grabbing the torch, the gas mask, and then heading into the room with TNT. Now, alternatively, if you don't want to do that, there's a mirror clip you can do in that same room. And now this skips you having to open both the gates. We can just come here, open this, head directly in here, where we will do the same Taz to this tent. Grab your idol. Now, instead of going back out to the gate, which is now closed, so you could anyways, we are going to be heading to that mirror a little bit to the left of the gate. Now, once you get here, you can just run against this mirror and it'll push you under the map. That's not what we want to happen. We're going to sprint into this mirror, or not roll into it, sprint into this mirror, and then immediately curve left upon landing, and we should land in the water, which we can now use to just swim directly across. Not dive, just swim directly across to here. Where we will be clipping back in bounds and doing your regular clearings from there. I am not sure which one's faster. They both have their ups and downs. Honestly, I think it's just kind of personal preference with that one. I will talk with the Discord, figure out which one's faster, and leave that in the description. But for now, just go through this level as you would, pick up everything. And now we are going to find out why we had to blow up the door earlier. Is because we can't get TNT right now. We're going to pick it up for later, but we can't access it yet. Here we're going to come and grab TNT. And now we're just going to leave because we've already blown up this door and this is all prepared for us. Going to come straight here. Sit here. We're going to blow this up for us. And now we can just leave. Hopefully. There you go. And now from here, I know I said I wouldn't say it again, but this is just going to be the same as any percent. We're just going to head right over to the boss fight and finish that up. With two minor differences on what you can do routing-wise now that we have dive. Nah, obviously don't do that. Here, as soon as you get up on the sledge, you're going to pull torch out. Then just start sprinting. I can strike up, and just keep sprinting. Now here, we're going to pull the torch away when we get up. Over to the left here and grab this idol. Again, you can grab that idol whenever in the run. That's just when I like to grab it. And now we are leaving the area. As we normally do. Heading here. Rolling out. And now, here's the difference. Now that we have dive, we can make this a little bit of a harder jump here to the right. Instead of going to the center area, we can just forgo that and jump straight over to this pillar with a well-placed dive. And hopefully you make the jump, unlike me. If you do miss it, this is a good way to show this off. You can let the crocodile eat you, and it will put you back up top, where you can just try again. You can make the jump with a dive, and now we're just heading straight over here into Firebombed, where we will now continue to do the new Firebomb that Jamin found. Just come back here. Don't let's grab this. Jump around the invisible wall. Roll. Sprint up. Come up here. Again, roll. Jump up. And now here is a little... There you go. Okay. So after playing around with it a bit, I figured out you just do one sprint tap and then jump and spin kick. Make it very simple for yourself. Don't spam it. Now from here, following the same as any percent, heading along the right here, the left here, heading along, running across this thing. And now that we have dive, this big gap, which is makeable without dive, by the way, which is very precise. Now with dive, it is trivial. We can just come here and just like that. There you go. Now you can come straight into Gates of Eldorado, where we will do our big boss fight. And don't worry about coming in here on low HP, it will heal you to full upon entering. Now, while doing this boss fight, we're just going to sprint at the Jaguar and then cut to the left right before it swipes at us and then hit it just in a big circle over and over again. Sometimes this happens where you get unlucky and he starts sprinting. It's just the fate of Jaguar 2. It sucks. Everybody hates it. If you end up in this kind of state where you're chasing him, you can kind of get him in this loop where you just jump and spin kick him. That's how you can kind of save that. Now here, we're just going to do the same as any percent. I'm going to go to the right and then immediately hit our pillar into the boss. And a pillar into the boss like that. Chase this ghosts around. Good RNG. Come here. Set up for your second hit. Hit ghosts. Chase them down. Some bad RNG. This guy ran over into the corner. That's fine. Come over here for our third pillar hit. Now we can really use whatever pillar we want for this fourth one. I'll choose this guy. Generally, there. That's the boss. Now, usually this is where a lot of our speedruns end, but in Hundo we do this boss fight in the middle because it is a requirement to 100% of the game. Now, from here, we are going to mash through all our credits, our cutscenes, and we are just going to head straight backwards and leave the area. And then immediately after leaving this area, we are heading to the left into this tent, grabbing our idol, and then we're heading up top here, where we are going to be heading across this little parkour section over to an explorer, which has unfortunately found ourselves trapped here. And now that we finished the boss, we will now have access to TNT, where we will now be switching into TNT, throwing it at this corner, so throwing it at the corner so it blows up all of them. And then while you're waiting, I recommend pulling out gas mask and then swapping it for TNT. I actually do that after you talk with him. Sorry. Pick up the idol first. Get the explorer out of the way. And now we're going to just set up our inventory for a bit. We're going to get gas mask in here, hold it in our hand, and then replace it back with TNT. Just get our inventory set up for the rest of the run. Head over to the right, ledge grab up here, and we're heading into Ladder of Miles, where we will use our gas mask for the last time in the run. Here we can only punch since we're in the water. We're going to punch 3 times, put our gas mask, walk through this area, and then we are going to be jumping and kicking along this left side till we can sprint. I like to land on this guy and then jump up on the ladder and head into Penguin Den. Now here, we're going to be doing an out of bounds clip to the right. So in this part, I actually figured this out. We're going to come here, and you need to clip through 2 walls in this segment. Put away whatever item you're holding, because you can only clip through in this area if you're pulling out an item. You cannot be putting it away. And we're going to make sure we clip through both walls to get back here, so we can drop down and then do the reverse Jesus Harry in this area for Hundo. Sprint through, head straight over to the other area, where we will be jumping up and heading back into White Valley. Now here, we're going to be hanging a left, blowing up this guy, if you can make the throw, and then blow up the teleporter's door. And then along this left side, run along a little ways and pull out the raft right as you get in the water. And come here and grab your idol. Once you've grabbed your idol, we're just gonna head over here, raft back, and head back over to the teleporters we just blew up. Oh, fair enough. Yep. Once in teleporters, we're going to be taking it twice again over into the cavern teleporter, where we will be entering into underground dam. Good luck, man. 07. Heading into caverns. We're going to be running against this wall. You can either wait for the guy on the other end to blow it up, or you can blow it up yourself. You're coming here. We're going to be diving across here, ledge grabbing, and then hopefully not getting sniped by all these stupid enemies. Heading in here, jumping on this box or ledge grabbing it, and throwing a TNT from below to get the shaman. Here, I usually like to get health because I'll probably be low, but again, you just buy whatever you need in this situation. I'll finish off our jungle notes here. Put away your TNT, grab an idol, pull out your torch, so you don't die to the bats. I come here, and we're going to do this little bit of this glitchy ledge grab here, where we're going to get up here with a rising strike, and then progress onward to Crystal Caverns. Sorry, Abandoned Caverns, I lied. From here, we're going to hug a left, don't go too far, and then we will come up on this rock and do a jump, a long sprint and dive over here. Try your best to ledge grab a little bit to the left so this porcupine doesn't shoot you on the way. We're going to come here, roll into this wall, sprint up a bit, get up here, and then you can either do a standing triple to get up to this idol or a rising strike, either work. Now, we will be leaving the area for now after grabbing only one idol. There's a few more we'll be coming back later for. And now we're heading down into actual Crystal Caverns, which has had a huge rework recently with a new bug found that I am very excited to show you. Here, we're going to be pulling out our TNT so we can kind of navigate from the light in the area we're going to be going for. We're heading towards this idol, blow up the box in front of it, put away your TNT, come here, now pull out your torch so you can see, come onto this rope, and we're going to be doing a backwards jump on top of it. Oops. Hopefully landing up there and staying up there.
Oops, gotta slide down.
I'm having a little struggles with this because I haven't done it before. This is my first time actively trying to explain this. All right. Want it to be land up top here, walk over to the front and do a rising strike. And now Harry will end up in this weird upwards rope state. It's a very strange bug. And from here, we can just jump straight to this other rope and head up top. Really cool glitch, super cool. Now here, we're going to be skipping this boss fight by rolling into here and head up top. Now, again, we're rolling to this, jumping up. Now we're rising striking up here and running close to the wall to avoid the boss fight trigger and blow up this wall beforehand. Stand on this little rock to avoid the ledge grab and head into Eyes of Doom, which has also had a major rework recently. Now this is another room that kind of has two options for you. We're just trying to get the idol at the very top. I will showcase the harder version that I kind of recommend everybody goes for, but if you don't want to, I will also showcase how you just do the room normally. Now here, these pillars in the wall, you can fully just ledge grab them as they are right now. You just come up to them, jump into them, ledge grab, jump into it, and sometimes if you don't have the right angle, that's what will happen. You'll bug out and you won't get the ledge grab. And see, this is why some people opt not to do this trick. I find it to be relatively consistent, so I personally am going to be going for it in runs, but you of course do not have to. I also find doing a single jump into that upper pillar to be much easier than doing a double jump. It just feels like it's more consistent to land for me, but you'll have to play around with it and figure out what you like with this area. Now from here, we are going to be doing a backwards vine swing and just jumping straight up to this rope spool, or we can stand right here, ledge grab up, kick the scorpion in the face, grab the idol, and then just head straight down, having skipped this entire room. Super, super, super cool strat. Now, alternatively, if you don't want to do that, you could just do the room like normal. I think, yeah, all right. So from here, if you want to, you can just go through and grab all the levers as they are. I think this one, since there's this little corner here, you can actually just dive across and skip the whole middle section. This one over here does not have a corner, so you actually have to run through this one. And then this one also has a little corner, so you can just dive across like so, grab your lever, and then head back over here, where you will do the same thing as we did in the other strategy. Jump up to the second one, jump up to the rope, jump up straight up here, and then grab your idol. Then just immediately head back down. There's nothing more for us in this area. Now we are going to head to the left to that wall we just blew up moments ago. And again, buy health or canteen upgrade, depending on what you need right now. I will grab a canteen upgrade. And now it's safe to run back through the hitbox with one-sided for that boss fight. Upon getting here, we can jump up on this first platform and then just hug the wall and sprint, do a dive across here, do a dive to the end, and you're good to go. Just completely skip all the annoying parkour. Now from here, we are going to be diving into this rope, heading straight across here. You can sprint into this rope, head over here, up here, jump up here, and now we are going to be purposely spin kicking here to break the door. Do smash strikes on the way down. We will be grabbing this explorer in the area. And now, if you want, while waiting for him there, you can pull out TNT and start breaking the walls ahead of time, but it doesn't cost too much time to just go break them now. As you strike up here, and if you can get lucky, there's a weird glitch state you can get here with Harry, where you can get out of the roll early and then just jump onto the ladder. I didn't get it. Sometimes it'll happen for you there. From here, we are not diving there, but toodles to me. We are heading back the way we came, towards the entrance of the stage. We will be grabbing one more idol, which is down here in this hole. Very weird hole. Drop down, grab your idol, and then there's this hole right here you can exit through. Jump on this box, jump up on the ladder, and climb out. Now we are going back over to that other ladder we see in the distance. And finally, over to this wall on the left, where you can either roll into it, or I find that it's more consistent to do a smash strike into it, and then just sprint up. Now back to Bad and Damned. Make sure you are mashing A through this cutscene, because this cutscene is like 8 years if you forget to mash through it. We are jumping up top to grab one idol in this area. I recommend pulling out Torch. I might die because this room sucks everything, all the life and joy out of everything. Come in here, grab the idol, pull Torch out, and then hopefully you can leave without anything happening. That room can be very funky. Bad things happen in that room all the time. It's very normal. From here, we are just leaving. Nothing else to do here. So you can either pull out your pickaxes and climb up the wall, or you can do a triple jump here and save yourself a little time. Head back into teleporters, and we're going back to White Valley. Just one teleport this time. Or now we can just pull out TNT and directly. Never mind, it's already broken. I lied. Now here is another spot where we will see another difference in strat. If you are not comfortable with raft jumping, I do not recommend doing this harder strat. But if you feel confident in your mashing and you feel like this is a strat viable for you, go for it. In this game, you can get Harry to jump very high with the raft. So here, and that only really works on ice or in Mount Sudrun, for example. So we find ourselves on this ice patch. You're going to go forward, and then you're going to start mashing, get up top, and hopefully get off the raft. You can get off the raft midair, I think, and get up there. Try not to overshoot it. Yeah. Very, very weird strat. You're gonna have to play around with that one. I don't know it too well. It's not my favorite strat in the world. But alternatively, we can just do the vanilla strat here, where we go along this ice wall. Once you get to about here, you can drop down, come over here, grab your idol, and then make your way over here. We will be grabbing the last idol of White Valley before heading into Spinch's Lair. Just jump up here, do a smash strike, and come grab your idol down here. Jump up here, and then head into Spinch's Lair. Now again, we will see two differences in strats here. One of them is kind of unconventional. I don't think anybody really does it in runs yet, but I will point it out here anyways. You can do a run and a dive here to get onto this ice wall with the pickaxes. It is pretty precise, and it kind of sucks, but I figured I would point it out. This does exist in case anybody wants to try it. You're kind of crazy if you do, but it's an option. I'll try to, I don't know. I have never landed this, but it's a thing. I'm glad to see my internet went awry. We might have to come recover some of this. I will put a save state here so I can come back and recover any lost footage. Okay. Anyways, we're gonna come here and progress through Spinch's Lair, like so. Come here, pull out your pickaxes, come up on this pillar, and from here we can do a dive over to here, go left, go up the wall, as quick as you can, to try to avoid the TNT that gets thrown at this wall a lot. Really annoying area, and pickaxes just generally do not cooperate. So this area just sucks all around. But finally, we're gonna come in here, grab our idol, leave the room, and from here we can just sprint, dive, and head over here to grab our last idol of the room. Where we will then be heading into Ferocia, which has also seen a major improvement in how we do this room. With these guys that come out of the snow, we need to kill a certain amount of them before an idol will spawn. These two at the very beginning, and also most of them you can do this with, but we just only do it with these first two. Before they pop back down, you can kill them with TNT. Now, you want to make sure they go fully down before you move forward, because if they pop back up, After you've already blown them up, that means you bugged it and you need to leave the room and come back because the idol will not spawn now. Now you blow this guy up, come over here, blow this guy up. If you can hit him, wait for him to die, make sure he doesn't pop up, and then you're good to go. Now we're going to just progress to the stage like normal, seeing this guy, make him go down, make him go down, make him go down, make him go down, and here, once you make this guy go down, pull out your TNT, and hopefully blow this guy up. There you go. Come over here, we're going to blow this guy up, not get flattened. From here, we're heading under this big tube of ice. We're grabbing one of 3 idols in this area. Heading up here, where we will be jumping across. Oops. We'll be jumping across and grabbing a shaman over here. I will be grabbing a health upgrade because I'm at 1 HP. But we're kind of running low on things to buy from the shop anyways. And now we're going to come over here to the left, grab this idol, and then jump up on top, wait for this guy to run into this, kill him, run over to the right, this guy, preferably have your TNT out and blow him up before he comes there, or wait for him to run into something, come over here, blow him up, kill him. Stand behind this rock. Kill him. Blow him up. Kill him. And that should be everybody. Now you need to Rising Strike up here. Wait for this guy to pop up. Blow him up with TNT. And that should be all of them. And now the idol should spawn. From here, we are heading across here to the raft where we will go on this little ice piece. Do a bit of a raft jump across the river and head up top here where we are going to Rising Strike up this weirdly no any floor here. Head over here, do another ice slide to the wall, and then just head into the hitbox. Now, from here, we are not going to be flicking any of those levers. We're going to ignore them. Just head over here, grab your idol, head up top. Or there's a heal over there if you need it. Going to be heading here. Big dive across this gorge, and then we're going to head into Echo Ice Cavern. From here, break the crystal, Just going to do this the whole maze. If you don't feel comfortable with these spin kicks, you can always throw TNT, and they will blow up. Get 1 idol. Get 2 idol. To the left here, get your last idol of the first floor. And then we will be heading up to the second floor. I know, I'm kind of surprised that I didn't fall till then. Rising Strike up. Rising Strike up. Rising Strike up. And then get this Explorer up here. They just kind of dumped like 8 million idols in this room, and I don't really know why.
Thank you.
He leaves, and then come down to the left. We're going to grab our first idol of the second floor. Kill any spinges on the way, because they're going to be annoying and in the way. You won't be able to get all of them. Grab our second idol. I like to run along the ledges here, so sprinting's a little easier. Third idol. And our last idol, and then also our shaman. Now from here, we can just leave. We've got everything. Over here, do a rising strike. Another rising strike. Another rising strike. And all the way over here, where we will be grabbing the idol on the left here, and the last idol of this area. And then also, we will be clipping through the door. Now you have two options for this clip. You can use the pickaxes and do the same thing we did in the St. Clair's area to just go through the door. Or you can do this clip up here. You kind of land on this, jump up into the roof, try to get Harry to be in this weird floaty state, do a smash strike, start sprinting to the wall, you'll clip through, roll, and now you're through the door. Simple as that. Now here we have some really cool pickaxe bouncing strats. We're gonna head here, pull out the pickaxes, jump up on this wall, put them away for now, jump up here, grab this idol. Then we're pulling our pickaxes back out, and we're going to start spinning and just roll off the ledge. And now we're over here. A super fun strat, super cool. We're heading, grabbing this idol, pull the pickaxes again, climbing up the frozen spit or whatever beard of this statue. Break the ice mouth, get the explorer inside. Now, this is a strat I haven't tried myself, but I saw it in the recent Hundo World Record, and so I want to showcase it here to the best of my ability. You can do another pickaxe bounce here, where you go off this ledge, hug the right, bounce off the statue, bounce off the arm, and come all the way over here. Super, super, super cool. I was so impressed when I saw that. And we're just gonna clip through this wall by sprinting against that rock in the wall. Come here, and now we're going back to Mountain Sled Run, where we will be performing the quantum idol I talked about earlier. Now, do not go forward and activate the sled. Instead, come to the left, where we will be performing 3 Tazes. 1, 2, 3. Now, in theory, you should be past the invisible wall. Come here, and you can do another ice slide to just clip past this wall. Make sure you jump, because your feet will kind of get stuck in the snow. Roll into this wall, so you can sprint up it all the way. And come here, run forward a bit so you're past the trigger. Pull out the inner tube, and now you can go across just fine. Now, in the state that we are in, we can get out of the tube whenever we want. See how we still have access to our inventory in the top right? So now, we're just continuing along sled run like normal. But once we get to the shortcut where the idol is, we are going to get out of the inner tube right in front of the idol. There's a very long auto-scrollery section. There's not a whole lot to cover here. Just don't take damage. Honestly, at this point in Hundo, you can probably take as much damage as you want. Come here, and then we will be exiting our inner tube now. Now, be very careful not to run into it and collect it, because you can still run into it and collect it as Harry. Instead, very carefully walk up to it and collect the idol inside. Well, there you go. Make sure you grab the idol, and then you walk into it. You grab it twice, get back on your inner tube, head back through. Instead of going up, we are just going straight down to the right and into. Don't miss it. Have the inner tube go straight into this area. You'll just bounce into a load zone. Progress like normal. Now from here, we are just going to go down into the geyser again. And come over here to grab our next shaman. From here, we are going to pull out our pickaxes, go over to this ice wall, jump up, and go all the way around. Pickaxes suck ass in this game, though, so sometimes they will just not work. Which is something you will, trust me, you will figure it out, and it is terrible. Once you're here, just jump across to these 3 pillars, and then we will be jumping down here and spinning our pickaxes to kill all of the penguins and save the explorer. And yes, it does that weird lag thing. I don't know why. Now here, get on your raft, and you can scoot around on here because it's ice, and head over to the shaman over here, where you'll be grabbing our second to last shaman of the run. Now from here, we're going to go around to the left. And head over to the secret exit that leads to the waterfall in... what's it called? We'll see in a moment. In Jungle Canyon. We'll be grabbing our 3 idols here that we have missed from the beginning of the run. 2 idols here. Head over here, grab you. Oops. You will go on these crocodiles. You don't need to smash them like that. That was just rude. Grab the idol. Come here. And we will not be grabbing the shaman yet because we do not have enough idols to afford our last thing. Instead, we are heading over here to the other side of Jungle Canyon, where we will be heading into an area I don't think any other speedrun but Glitchless goes into. Ah, crap. Again, jumping on these crocodiles. You can be risky with those dives or just go slow. Into the shrine. Here, you will go up, under, and then over. Under here. And we will not be getting the idol that is under here. Instead, we are going to be going and grabbing the first pillar here and the third pillar here. And you see that cobweb room over there? We will not be entering it because we have grabbed enough quantum idols throughout the run to not need it. We can just skip it. Now, we can head in here, grab the skull idol, drop down, pull a torch, grab you, head onto this rock, onto the second rock, jump up on the ladder, and now we are just backtracking to that shaman. This is your mad dash to the end. Once you buy that last health upgrade, you're home free, and your PB is set. And we're buying our last health upgrade here. And stop the timer now. And there you go. That is Pitfall 100%. I hope this helps you in all your speedrunning endeavors.